Good afternoon. It is a balmy 22 degrees here today. Just got back from a walk. I'm actually kind of sweating a little bit, and while some of you might think that's ridiculous, I haven't seen temperatures like these for many months now. I am, however, very happy that spring decided to show its face finally, and yeah, I'm excited about it. Yesterday was much the same as it is today weather-wise, and yesterday was also a very exciting day for me. That's right, yesterday was dewinterizing day. Running water, man, it never gets old. Yesterday did finally dewinterize. So excited to shower in my own home again. If you're new here, I live in this camper full-time, year-round, and I do winterize. That is because I live in Canada and the plumbing system is not insulated. I do not have a well. I keep the water outside, so yeah, there's no real way to keep that from freezing. I mean, there could be, but I haven't gotten there yet. So it was super exciting to have a shower in my shower last night. Finally got all the hardware hooked up for my tankless water heater. I know it looks funny. I had to put the tankless water heater over on this side because I run the propane line out here to the propane tank outside. That's why I have this craziness going on here, because it has to run to the faucet to get water to work. Super excited to use my new to me shower. Previous video, I painted that ugly yellow 1994 shower that's been in here for far too long. Don't worry, yes, I did still shower every single day all winter long. I just couldn't do it in the convenience of my own home. But now I can. Yesterday I didn't really film any of the dewinterizing. Took a couple clips, which I'll put right here. Exciting day. I've done that all before. If you guys would like to see a video of me dewinterizing this camper, I'll link an older video at the end of this one, so you can go back and watch that if you so choose. The process is the exact same. The only difference is now I have the 1,000-liter water tote out back here, whereas before I just pretty much had a barrel up in a tree. This barrel, as a matter of fact, I think these are 55 US gallon. Well, yeah, here it says 50 gallon. If you fill it to the top, you may as well say 55 gallon. Anyway, that's the new setup. It holds so much more water, and I can pretty much go weeks with this. I do truck the water in, but it's a simple process. I have a 12-volt pump, and I just transfer the water. It's really not that bad, just kind of time consuming. And if you're wondering what is with this eyesore, I usually have it set up to collect rainwater here, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that just yet. I just had so much debris and like darker yellow colored water that I'm not sure I really want to do that this year. One thing's for sure, I do want to cover this tank. I have a cover for it because if there's sunlight penetrating the water, like over here, you're going to get algae, so that needs to get covered now. Well, that's a little better, eh? Yeah, you just want that water covered up. That way the sun won't sit on your water and give you that nice green algae to shower in. Call me a diva, but I don't want to shower in green algae. Where are we at? Pretty low. Been running the diesel heater a lot lately. Oh my goodness. I have to clean the top of that. That's disgusting. Yeah, I've been running the diesel heater quite a bit lately. It's that time of year. You know, obviously you don't need wood fires during the day, especially when it's 22 degrees. Speaking of wood fires, oh, there's a butterfly. Let me give you a little wood update. It's been a while. Well, here's your wood update. There is none. Zero. Zilch. Nada. She gone. Yeah, as you can tell, I ran out of wood, but perfect timing, right? Because the weather's getting better. In the meantime, and sorry about the wind, it's a little breezy out here today. I've just been burning little offcut pieces. That's all hardwood, so a lot of it's actually pretty heavy, and it's not the easiest to get a fire going with. But I've just been getting like a really good fire started with kindling. Gets a nice bed of coals and throw a couple pieces of that on top for the night. And it's been working, and when it doesn't work, when the fire is being really cranky, I just go ahead and use the diesel heater. The one thing I really want to do, and this shed is an absolute disaster, it's a mess. I really want to get all these pallets out of here. I'll be putting them back in here. It's just that because of all the wood and the squirrels making nests in between all the little spaces of the pallets, I really want to get these out of here and sweep all of this outside. Whoa. See what kind of mess the squirrels make? It's wild. So that was, I'm assuming, part of a squirrel nest that they were building under the pallets. And all this, you can see pieces of pine cone that the squirrel or squirrels chewed up. There's the core. And all these are just, whoops, all these are just pieces of the pine cone. I was gonna sweep this out, but I think I might actually like shovel it out, I guess. I mean, blows my mind. Could probably burn this. Ooh. I think I'm actually gonna leave these pallets out here to dry a bit, because as you can see, that some of this is just real wet from the wood. And maybe moisture coming up through the floor of the shed. Even though that was kind of the whole point of putting the tarp down. For some reason there's moisture anyway on the pallets, so leave those outside for a couple days to dry. I need to get a shovel that's not a snow shovel, you know? 239 shovelfuls later, I'm sweeping back here now, and I noticed something. I guess Mr. Squirrel needed a second and third access point to the inside of the shed, because yeah, that's quite the hole. And then there's this one here. So squirrels are my nemesis. I don't know if anybody remembers, but last fall or sometime in the winter, I noticed that the scooter cover was destroyed by squirrels. So I left it in here because I thought, hey, you've already destroyed it, so just keep going at that and hopefully you won't destroy anything else. But they're gonna do whatever the hell they want to do. And it's just funny because, I mean, there's an access point right here. Like, just go through there, you know? And all winter that was not covered up, And I know squirrels went in and out of there because you could see footprints in the snow, but for some reason they just wanted other entry points. I mean, to be fair, they did the same thing with the catio. All they need to do is crawl up here and get over this plastic chicken wire. That's all they need to do, is climb up the beam and get over it. Tons of places to do that. However, they still insist on making holes in the chicken wire to get in and out. And there's several. I mean, this is plastic. It should really be replaced with something better, but yeah, like why? I mean, geez, man. Squirrels are jerks. A little bit better. Camera battery died. I got thirsty. And while you guys were being charged, I started a new project. Got an Amazon package the other day. All new lights to replace all the lights here in the camper with these ones. And what influenced me to do that was the little bathroom makeover the other day. Really just love this light. It's so much brighter. I decided to replace all the lights in the camper with this brand of light. You can get these double ones in a 4-pack, which is what I've done. And it says right here, 6 watts versus 42 watts of the old original bulbs that I don't even have anymore. So these ones here, obviously the fixture itself is straight out of 1994. But originally these light fixtures had these very yellow bulbs and they took a lot of power. So I replaced all of them with these LED bulbs. It worked much better, it was much brighter, but these lights are even brighter yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and swap them all out with these new ones. Like I said, these are brighter than the other original bulbs, but I think a big part of the problem is actually these covers. They're kind of like a frosted cover. They just don't let the light through that well. Anyway, I've started a pile because I actually went ahead and did 2 already. Swapped this one out and this one over here, but yeah, there's a story behind that one. It was working. I wired it up and it was working, but I had a little incident with my drill. I wasn't being very careful and the drill came up and kind of smoked the panel. Well, let me show you. Yeah, like I said, totally my fault. I don't know if these are replaceable. They might be, they might not be. But what happened is I was putting a screw through here to mount it, and the drill came up and smoked this panel here. And then it just didn't work after that. So I'm guessing these are kind of touchy, so be careful. User error, I just wasn't being careful. I was also in a super weird position, kind of like straddling the wood stove trying to get up in there, but yeah, it just wasn't working for me. So anyway, this light does not work. However, like I said, my mistake, not a big deal. I don't use that light anyway. I kind of just wanted to replace it to match this one over here. I mean, when am I ever really going to turn that light on to want to see behind the wood stove? I'm not. Those lights were really only there anyway because there used to be a dinette. There used to be a dinette there, so the light was just kind of like an overhead light. I don't use that one there, so no big deal. I do, however, use this one over here, so I'm happy about that. Anyway, these are actually pretty easy to install as long as you don't mess up like I did. We got our 2 wires here. Initially with the bathroom light, I was confused as to why they were both white and not either black and white or black and red. The instructions do say, connect either one power wire with one light wire. There are no positive and negative anodes, and insert the 2-wire connector into the blue cap and tighten the connector. Therefore, I'm to assume that it doesn't matter which one gets hooked up to which one, so that's what I've been doing, and it's been working out. In that case, you don't really have to worry about, you know, which is positive and which is negative that you're hooking up the wires to. I'm holding on to these just in case. Okay. I think I've said this before, but if you're worried, you know, you might want to... Ooh, that was like kind of melted on there. Weird. Yeah, if you're worried, you might want to cut your power to your batteries. I'm just going to try to be really careful and not let the wires touch, the exposed wires touch. I'm just cutting these wires from the light because it looks like they're like soldered on there. I'm just looking to expose some of this wire from the rubber coating so that I have something to kind of like attach the new wire end with. Isn't the best close-up view, I know. Sorry about that. Again, don't let your wires touch. Just be really careful. But like I said, you might want to just go ahead and disconnect your battery. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just going to wrap these two wires around each other as tightly as I can. I know it's not the best view, but hopefully you get an idea. And so once we've got them twisted together, go ahead and put our marrette on. Do the same thing with the second wire. Again, I hope you guys can see this. I don't really know what you can see. Okay. That twisted on, we'll put the second marrette on. Now let's just make sure it works. Turns on. I'll be sure to not mess this panel up this time. Let's hope that I don't. Shove the wires back up in there. Again, make sure light works. It would be really convenient if these holes lined up. I don't know if they're going to. Might try to line up one and then just... Oh yeah, that's not bad. We'll just go with that. Trying to be more careful because I don't want to do what I did last time with, with breaking the light, pretty much. There we go. Well, the light still works, so we're good. It does come with 4 screws. Might be a little overkill for just, you know, being stationary and whatnot, but let's go ahead and put the cover on. Yeah, really pretty simple, guys. We've got 3 down and a bunch more to go. I'm gonna do, see there's 4 all along this ceiling here. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing all of them, and I know you guys don't want to watch me do that. So I think that's pretty much it for me here. Just a little spring update for you guys from here in windy and sunny and warm Nova Scotia. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next. Bye. Yep, just barbecuing some squirrel. I meant steak. Barbecuing steak. Oh, come on. Does that look like squirrel? Psh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Whoops. Wow. What the heck? Is this where I put 3 wires in one marette? Because this... What? Huh. Will it work? Look at that! Look at that! Just trying to make light of the situation. Whew, that's bright. Is it too bright for ya? It's looking pretty bright. Oh, okay.